Okay, so this is Dr. Rick, and he's in Texas, San Antonio. He just got 2 offer letters, 120 and 140, right? He was here with me on this last session that we just finished, the weekend session that I just finished. And Dr. Rick,
yes, sir.
You have many people here listening to know how you pull that deal off, my brother.
The magic I can tell you guys to do is just to pay attention to every detail they're giving in class. If you have extra time study, if you don't understand anything, call prof and ask your classmate, put a question on the WhatsApp, so that when you go to the interview, it will be an easy process. Because some of the questions in the interview, you don't know where they come from, but if you keep looking around, going to Google, talking to people, sometimes somebody or prof mentions something in passing, and that's the first question that comes up in an interview, and then you answer like a pro. So the way it went is that after the graduation, 4 months into the program, I wrote my red hat with a bunch of other people. I succeeded in the red hat. Then when I finished the program, I started applying. I was applying like 3 applications every day for 2 weeks. And then I stopped, and I was only applying for jobs in San Antonio. I didn't want to go out of San Antonio because my family is here. I have a house here and I have children in school. So I said I was not going to go anywhere. So any job that showed up for San Antonio, I will apply. And most of the time when you want to apply a job, don't worry that you meet all the job requirements 100%. You meet at least 50, 60% of what they want, go ahead and apply. Nobody's going to do everything. Once you join a company, you have just a small section of the job that you'll be doing. So I've had a series of interviews, and most of them have been pretty straightforward. They just ask you questions about the concepts that you are supposed to know as a Linux system administrator or as a DevOps engineer. And you answer those questions like, you cannot answer all the questions correctly. From time to time, there will be some questions that will baffle you. You may just tell them, no, I've never come across that command. What does it do? If they tell you what the command does, if there's a way you can do it without using that command, you tell them that, oh, if I was given that job, I would have first of all done this, done it. Maybe you have 3 steps to get to that final answer, but there's one command that will lead you there, which you didn't know. When they explain what that command does, then you use their knowledge now and tell them that, hey, I would not have known that because this is how I usually do it. And I've got 2 offers. One came about 3 weeks ago. So I'm supposed to start, I was supposed to start last Tuesday of last week. And I pushed it to Tuesday of this week because I was still waiting for this one. And I told the company, hey, these people have already recruited me, and this is how much they're paying me. They're like, don't join them, we'll give you a better pay. So they finally gave me a better pay today, and then they put my start date on the 6th. So now I have an offer to start tomorrow. I already accepted it, and everything is done that is on the way for me to board the new company. So today I have a choice, but I think I may have to decide whether to go to this one tomorrow and work for 2 weeks, and then I give a resignation letter. And this new one is it requires some traveling too, because the company has a DevOps center in New York, and they want to replicate that center in San Antonio, Texas. So I'm the first person hired as a DevOps engineer. So it will require a lot of movements to New York, back to San Antonio, like they say at least two times in a month, to see exactly what they're doing over there, and then see how we can implement it down here, and then participate also in hiring some staff to man the center in San Antonio. I used to be in healthcare, basically about technology, and I lost my job about 2.5 years ago, and I never recuperated it. So when this opportunity came to join this program, some people were like, oh, you are overqualified for this. I said, is this better to go to school and learn a new trade and get a job, or to sit at home and say I'm overqualified? Nobody's overqualified for anything. And one thing I want to tell you guys is that when you're writing your resumes, whatever you have done in the past, find a way to incorporate it into your resume. Because like this position, when I went there, most of the the IT guys working there, they don't have any background in healthcare. They're just like computer science or IT experts. And each time they send them like healthcare policies, they find it difficult to understand those policies. So when they saw me, they were like, "This is the guy who will be interpreting all these policies for us. This is the guy. This is the guy." They were calling me. Everyone was happy when they saw me for the interview. So the only advice I will give you guys is to stay focused, laser focused.
That's right. Laser focus. So thank you so much, Brother Rick, for your word of encouragement. What will you say to people that are here and they're in the middle of the journey and they're still kind of doubting, like, okay, is this going to happen for me? What can they do?
Like I said, they just have to stay focused and study, make sure they understand what is taught in class. And the way you can understand is, don't just sit in class and feel that you understand. When you go back home, try to watch the videos and try to redo what was done in class. Build up servers, break them, build servers, break them, and just make sure that you get used to, because when you listen, you may forget. When you see, you may remember. But when you do, you understand.
Yeah.
So, and to add to that, I just got my son into the program. He's in the weekend program, because if I didn't see that it was a good thing, I as a father will not bring my child to do this program. He's just 20 years old, and I wish I was 18 years old to have done this program. but unfortunately, I'm an old man. I'm already my wife says I'm not old.
Yeah.
So when you have your practice test, you have to prepare very, very well. There's no such thing as something for granted or a good thing for nothing. I mean, you want something good, you need to work for it. Just put in the effort, you will see the results. But the results may surprise you also, because some of the things, they just called me yesterday also for a job. Probably I didn't discuss it with you, for 180K.
Wow.
But I refuse to apply because it's a traveling job. You need to travel for 3 weeks non-stop, and then 1 week you work from home. Travel 3 weeks non-stop, and 1 week you work from home. So those of you who are believing that you want to start with 100 and something, 120, 140, even 180, there's a potential. Just study as hard as possible and write your red hat, get your certification. When you apply for jobs and you put your red hat there, you have another certification, maybe in whatever you just added there, right? When I was young, I used to be a referee with the United States Soccer Federation, soccer referee. I put it there as one of my hobbies, so they know I'm running, I run up and down all the time, so my heart is good. Yeah, every little thing you do, just put an effort into it and make sure that you don't play around. You don't play around with your time. Some of you, is it a Monday evening? Yeah, this is a Monday evening. You should have been at home now relaxing, or you have been at the bar taking shots and all the like. But if you have forgone those shots and you have decided to be in class and you paid money to study, you better study. Yeah. Otherwise, you fool yourself.
That's right.
The worst person you want to deceive is yourself. Because while you're deceiving yourself knows that yourself is deceiving yourself, which is a dangerous thing to go through.
That's true. Thank you, Dr. Rick. Thank you. Congratulations.